Good morning YouTube, Lofty's here. Got a special for you today. I don't always ride brand new bikes. This is a nearly new bike. It's a second-hand bike. It's done 1200 miles, but it's a 2022. There's no difference between a 2022 and a 2023. This was updated in 21 and this is a current model. It is the Indian FTR1220. It is gorgeous. If you're interested in Indian motorcycles, stick around. I'll see you in a minute. Well, good morning YouTube. An American bike, an Indian FTR1220. I'm not sure which model it is, but it's got some extras on it and it looks good, doesn't it? Let's have a go. Little key stuck under the clocks. Okay YouTube, here we go. The Indian, the FTR. Slightly cramped knee handle, that's the first thing I notice. National. Ooh, it's torquey. I suppose in some ways it's like the American version of my R9T. Although it was based on a flat tracker originally. Sort of a street scrambler type thing. Light clutch. Straight up to 50. Okay. Little tiny dicky indicator button. I had a quick look at the switchgear. It's nothing like a Japanese bike round the island. Here we go. Yeah, holds a lovely line. It's quite heavy on the wrist. Anyway, up the hill. Here we go. National. Oh yeah, it's got some torque. It's got more power than the R9T. It's about 125. Anyway, we'll have a walk round. Good morning YouTube, Lofty's here. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I've never ridden an Indian before. Not ridden a Harley for years. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? In general, the fit and finish ain't too bad. I'll show you some of the little points as we have a walk around, but here we go. It's not too tall at the back. So, fairly low seat. I can get my feet down ever so comfortable. So when I sort of stand up, there's 2 or 3 inches minimum under the seat. So, it's alright. Put my toes on the pegs. As you can see, it's a proper bent leg. Don't get me wrong, I can ride it and I'm fairly comfortable. It's quite a long bike, but quite low and compact. Very tidy. Let's have a close-up and show you what it's like. Okay, so here we go, the Indian. It's black, matte black. The frame's black, jet black, shiny. Little stubby front mudguard. It's got red highlights on the tank, on the shock and on the wheel rims. Let's have a walk round, let's have a show you. LED on them front lights, really nice looking front. Dead modern, look at that. Big radiator, it's got an oil one at the bottom, water at the top. There's the pipe, look at that one, S&S. Nice big adjustable shock. It's got a bit of everything, ain't it? Right, let's sit on it and have a look. Can you see the clocks? Nice big radial speedometer. There's a LCD inset, a few idiot lights round it. Now when you use, if I come across, I'll just show you. Mickey Mouse ears. We've got a Brembo master cylinder. This little switch here actually comes back, it alters the settings. Can you see? And it has actually got a tachometer. It's a digital one. I don't know how accurate it is. I'll show you that when we're riding along. So we've got start, stop, ignition key tucked down, fuel tank seems to be buried deep. I'm not sure what this panel is on top of here, whether it's got the battery under it or whether it's the airbox, I don't really know. Coming across, we've got a non-adjustable clutch. It's a J1 badge clutch. We've got flash, main beam. This little tiny jobby here is the cruise control. You push it in to activate, down to set, up for resume, and you use the up and down once it's activated. Little tiny indicator, I mean tiny. And if you push and hold the centre in, it's hazard warnings. There you go, horn. It's a bit of a funny dicky horn, isn't it? Let's have a listen to it. So that's the sound from the cockpit. Let's just show you from the side. We've got this S&S pipe. Have a listen to this. It's got the looks, isn't it? Okay, so what's the full name? It is the 2022 model Indian FTR1220. This is a current model. If you go and buy one tomorrow, you will buy this identical one. It's been out since 2021. There's 3 or 4 different variants. There's the Sport, the R, the Carbon. They've all got varying extras of bling, and the one's got a quick shifter. This was, as I say, a brand new model in 2021, and it's running a 1203 liquid cooled 8-valve V-twin. The engine was lifted directly from the Scout, so it's pretty proven. Tubular steel trellis frame. What do you think of that? Made in Scotland from girders. Huge, isn't it? 123 brake horsepower at 7,700 and 88 foot-pound at 6. So let's face it, most people ride between 3,000 and 6,000 revs. So you've got the torque smack bang in the rev range where you want it. I think that's superb. For a naked bike, it's fairly chunky, 233 kilograms wet, and a little tiny poultry petrol tank with 13 litres of fuel. Low seat height, 780 millimetres. That's very low for this genre of bike. Come round the front, we've got Sachs upside down forks, fully adjustable. We're running a 120/70/17 twin 320mm Brembo 4-pot radials. Look at that. The tyres are Metzeler's. Some sort of Sport Tech tyre on them. Very smart. Just coming round, show you the shock. There's the shock. It's horizontal Sachs monoshock, fully adjustable. 6-speed change drive. One thing I will show you is this number plate hanger. That definitely looks completely and utterly over-engineered, and I don't think it's the best looking one in the world at all, but that's my opinion. Everything else looks fairly nice on it. So on the rear, 180/55/17 with a single 260mm with a Brembo 2-piston caliper on the rear. It ain't bad, is it? Pretty damn good. There's that S&S pipe again. I believe it's a slip-on. I don't know whether that's affecting the fueling a bit, but something is. It's, like I said before, it's got fairly high set pegs. The seat's not bad. It's all right, isn't it? What do you think? This is on as a second-hand bike with 12,000 miles for just over 11 grand. And if you wanted to buy it brand new, they start at 13 and they go as high as 16.5 for the Carbon model. So they can be quite an expensive motorcycle. Anyway, I'm going to get my helmet on. Let's give it a bit of thrash. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here we go. Down the hill. Just wait for the little Polo. So taking a steady ride down the hill. Here we go. There is a cruise control. You push it to activate it, and then just push it down to set. So there we go. It's got no indication of the up and down speeds. It just holds it at whatever you set it at. I've got that at 47 mile an hour. Okay, let's have a steady ride down the hill. As I say, first impressions are the knees are quite a bent angle, quite acute. The seat's very firm. I can feel a slight lurching on the cruise. Fairly crude cruise control. Got a lovely big speedometer, analog style, with a little LCD inset. Mirrors are pretty good. It's a nice bike. Just drop the rev slightly. Of course, the original version had big wheels, 19 and 18. And when they revamped this model in 2021, it came back with 17s on, which is far more useful on the road, to be fair. It's very nice. Yeah, that throttle's a little bit lurchy. It's alright, you get used to it. Straight up to 50. Got a good exhaust note on it, that S&S sounds great. So here we come, down into St Denis. Just drop it down, slow down, let these cars get out of the way. I've got to say the speedo's very easy to read, although it's the old style analog. It's got quite big numbers around the dial, which makes reading it, can you see? Makes reading it very easy. There we go, 30. We're in third gear. As I said on the walk round, this bike, it's a brand new bike. It's a 2022 from last year. The chap had it, obviously wasn't what he wanted. He's chopped it in for something else at Damerells. This one, as I say, is for sale. It's done 1600 mile. It's a brand new bike. It's very clean. Seems to have looked after it all right. If it's only done 1600 mile, I doubt very much whether it's been out in any wet weather or rain or winter or salt or anything. So the finish is pretty damn good, really. We're doing about 27 mile an hour. Surprisingly comfortable, this hard seat. There's not much room to move around. The tank's reasonably broad and the seat's quite narrow where it joins. But it's okay. Let's just make sure the road's clear. Yeah, there we go. It's got a lovely clutch, ever so light. There's no shifter on this one. As I said on the walk round, I think there's 3 or 4 different models of this, and they're all got slightly different amounts of bling and extras on them. I did ask Luke which one this is, and he said it's an FTR1220. They've got no info, so I don't know. But it's a brand new bike for about a grand or so less than list. Somebody's had the first service done for you at 600 and some odd miles, and that's all it's done since it was served. It's 600 and some odd miles. So it's a nice bike. It's just wheedle through here nice and steady. It's a lovely day again. Lovely day down here in Paradise in Cornwall. Just up into 30. There we are. Thank you very much, sir. Into the 50. Just pull that throttle back in third and away. Oh yeah, that's really torquey. I do like that. So here we are. I'm actually down into first. Put it in second. Here we go, second gear. Oh, straight up. Fourth gear, 60 mile an hour. Loads of grunt, loads of shove. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, I can feel it's got that extra 10 brake over my R9T. It's lovely. Throttle's very light. Dropping a couple of cogs, look at that. One thing about having not much leg room is the pegs are high, so there's no danger. No danger of touching down. Oh, it's lovely on the, look at that on the overrun. Sounds great, doesn't it? Oh, I do like this bike. We've got a slightly shorter seat and slightly lower pegs, and I would say, whoa, this is great. Here we go, slow speed riding. Loads of lock. Oh yeah, that's easy peasy. It's nice. The throttle's got a little bit better as it's warmed up. It is water cooled, but it's okay. I'm just drifting down here at 25 miles an hour in second gear. I'll just sneak it into third. I think the van will pull over. Yeah, thank you. I quite like the ergonomics, as I say. If the foot pegs was that little bit lower, it'd be superb. So if you was the sort of 5'10"-ish, this should fit you like a glove. Oh yeah, really comfortable. And you give that throttle a bit of a twist and it does take off. These are the sort of bikes, 115 to 125 brake, where you can really have some fun. You ain't going to do silly, stupid speeds. Here we go. Oh yes, that's lovely. Round we go. Past the tip, I'll just slow down 45ish. Let's have a look at this back brake. Yeah, it's okay. It's alright, it does the job. It's not poor, it's not good. It's in between. Yeah, there's a slight lag on that throttle sometimes. The fueling, whether it's this pipe, I don't know. The fueling's not what I'd call 100%. So we'll just see if the road's clear. Yeah, it's all clear. Front brakes. Yeah, not bad. They're alright. They're not what I'd call super sharp. Probably do with some slightly better pads, but they're good. So we'll just drift around the corner. As we go down the hill, steeper than it looks. Let's put the brakes on front and back. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Their brakes are fine. They're good. I think they need bedded in or slightly better pads. So here we go. Straight up to 60. Easy peasy. 2 cogs. Oh, bit of a pop and a bang. Here we go. It's great, isn't it? On these roads, you just stick it in third gear and have some fun. Look at this. I do like this. Most fun I've had for a bit. Okay. I'd prefer it if the actual control for the cruise control was a bit bigger. It's not that easy to see. Anyway, we're on. There we are. About 55, just below the 60. That's lovely. Hold a nice line. Very little input needed to push the bike into turn. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, once you get it rolling, let's just knock the cruise off. Drop a couple of cogs back down to third. Here we go. We're in a 50 mile an hour zone. I'll just get it up to 50. I'm just going to stop because there's too many traffics. These little cars and vans is everywhere. It's ever so busy Cornwall this. There's traffic everywhere. Especially while they're doing this A30 bypass. Most people are doing duck-offs everywhere, so it's making the roads busy. So here we go, third gear roll on. Straight up to 70, absolutely no messing. Stick it into 6th gear and cruise along. I'm getting no nasty air turbulence. All clean, fresh air, there's no screen. I've got to say, if you're in the market for a naked roadster and you want something a bit different, this engine is a stonker. Whether it needs the ECU flashing for that pipe, I don't know, because I don't think that SNS is standard fare whatsoever. I do think it's probably altered the fueling, but you'd get used to it. It's not nasty or horrible. So we'll drift round in 2nd gear. I'm gradually getting used to these little indicators. Oh, Dutchy, it's alright, he said sorry. We don't mind. Yeah, really nice. It's a lot like my R90. There's no tacho, just a big speedo. Look at that. Lovely jubbly. Look at that exhaust, can you hear it? Oh, that does sound nice, doesn't it? Anyway, as I say, it's not a new bike, it's a second-hand bike. Damerells sell second-hand bikes. So if you are interested in looking at some bikes, you don't want to buy a new one, pop up and have a look. I'll let you take them out. They're ever so good for doing demos. Like as I say, I'm on this now. Virtually brand new bike. Anyway, if you'd like the video and you'd like to see more lofty biker videos, you click on that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, ask me a question, I'll do my best to answer it. You know that, I always do. I'll get round to the replies as soon as I can. Yeah, this is a nice bike. The fueling would get on my nerves a bit, but it's okay. Anyway, we're back at Damerells. So this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-ra for now. Ta-ra.